Welcome to Kathryn Raaker's World. Innovation, culture, adventure, fashion and health, artists, destinations, traditions, this is Kathryn Raaker's World.
Things I wanna do, I'm gonna make them true. My will is strong, I knew it all along. Don't try to box me in, I'm here to win. The life ahead, I haven't dreamed yet. I'm proud of who I am, no one I'd rather be. And I am worthy of anything and everything. I'm proud of who you are, who you're gonna be. And you will love the song that you're gonna sing. Spaces, spaces, I'll leave my mark on these places. Spaces, spaces, you can see it on my face, yeah. I'm not invisible, I'm an original. I'm so much more than what you see or what you bargain for. Spaces, spaces, I'll make this world a better place, yeah. Spaces, spaces. Nobody's perfect, but you're worth it. Set the world on fire, it's your heart's desire. Cause you're amazing, trailblazing. The spark is lit, the next big hit. I'm proud of who I am, no one I'd rather be. And I am worthy of anything and everything. I'm proud of who you are and who you're gonna be. And you will love the song that you're gonna sing. Spaces, spaces, I'll leave my mark on these places. Spaces, spaces, you can see it on my face, yeah. I'm not invisible, I'm an original. I'm so much more than what you see or what you bargain for. Spaces, spaces, I'll make this world a better place, yeah. Spaces, spaces. If there's one thing to see, it's my humanity. I won't miss a beat, cause my passion's deep. The time's in front of me, the possibilities. Spaces, 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 I'll leave my mark on these places. Spaces, spaces, you can see it on my face, yeah. I'm not invisible, I'm an original. I'm so much more than what you see or what you bargain for. Spaces, spaces, I'll make this world a better place, yeah. Spaces, spaces. to see you all. Things I wanna do, I'm gonna make them true. My will is strong, I knew it all along. Don't try to box me in, I'm here to win the life ahead.
Hi, everyone.
I was interested in the concept of spaces. You, James, that came up with that one?
Yeah, the thought for that was just that we're here, we're in all the spaces that non-disabled people are, and we're gonna take up space and do what we have to do. That's pretty much where it came from.
Look at all these things that are possible. You know, kind of highlight those great things that we've all done, like the things that are important to us.
You know, being persistent about finding yourself worthy and being that person that brings happiness and joy in your own life.
Cause you're amazing, trailblazing. The spark is lit. The next big hit. I'm proud of who I am, no one I'd rather be. And I am worthy of anything and everything. I'm proud of who you are and who you're gonna be. And you will love the song that you're gonna sing. Spaces, spaces. I'll leave my mark on these places.
I think it's historic because it was created by a group of disabled people, and the non-disabled people involved have really allowed us to let our voice dictate this story.
That is a wrap. Everybody.
Yeah, of course.
This was awesome, man. Thank you all so much. Like, such a cool opportunity.
If there's one thing to see, it's my humanity. I won't miss.
Disability or not, you know, everyone wants to be appreciated and to know that they exist and that they are loved and cared for. And it's meant to be a song for all people, not just people with SMA or disabilities.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of Kathryn Raaker's World. Imagine living with a disease that can impact critical motor functions, like walking or swallowing, but doesn't impact the ability to think and learn and build relationships. That's what it's like to have spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA, a rare, progressive neuromuscular disease. 3 talented members of the SMA community are working to raise awareness while also showcasing the talents of people with SMA and celebrating their diversity. Joining us today are musician James Ian, the lyricist and leading voice of Spaces, along with married couple Shane and Hannah, who talk about life and the relationships on their YouTube channel Squirmy and Grubs. James Ian is a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, actor and writer with type 3 SMA. He lives in Los Angeles and is a passionate advocate for authentic representation of disabled actors in TV, film, and other media. Spaces was written and performed by James Ian. He served as the principal songwriter and who took guidance from the SMA community members, and he is featured throughout the music video. Our other guests, Shane and Hannah Burcaw. Shane and Hannah Burcaw are interabled, recently married couple, best known for their YouTube channel Squirmy and Grubs, which has close to 1 million followers. Shane is an author, blogger, and speaker with type 2 SMA and has a passion for changing the public perception of those with disabilities. Shane and Hannah were involved in the brainstorming and creative process for Spaces and featured in the music video. We want to welcome you all to our show today. Thank you for joining us. And James, this is for you. This question is for you. James, can you tell us about yourself, your music, and how you are using to help others?
Yeah, so I'm a singer, a songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and actor as well. And I live with type 3 spinal muscular atrophy. I received that diagnosis right before I turned 15, and because of the portrayals of people I saw with disabilities on TV, which were very, very poor portrayals, I thought when I got my diagnosis that I was not going to have a happy, fulfilling life. And so I just really sort of became very much to myself. And during that time, I really, really leaned on music heavily. I started writing my own songs, and music really gave me an identity, and it really gave me hope. And so started to perform more. And in performing, I started sharing my story of my life with SMA. And through that, I realized that I could, become an advocate, represent people with disabilities authentically, and raise awareness for SMA through music. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
James, why did you decide to get involved in this project Song?
So 1 in 4 people in the U.S. live with a disability. Between 10,000 and 25,000 people live with SMA in the U.S. And people with disabilities are not seen on TV. It's very rare that you do see us. And when you do see us, we're portrayed in a very, very negative way. And so in partnership with Genentech and members of the SMA community, we wanted to show that this is not correct. We wanted to represent people with disabilities, people with SMA in the right way. And so we created a first of its song project to do this. And it's the first of its kind because from start to finish, it was driven by people with SMA. And we just wanted to show that we have joy, that we're doing all these really cool, amazing things in life through the song, and that we're changing the world in a great way.
James, as a lyricist of the song, what does spaces mean to you?
So when we sat down to do the brainstorm for the song, one of the themes that kept coming up was people with SMA, people with other disabilities. We feel unseen by non-disabled people. And so spaces is essentially saying, we're here, we're occupying the spaces that non-disabled people are occupying. And not only are we occupying spaces, but we're doing really, really cool, remarkable things in those spaces. So take note, because we're here, we're going to live our lives, and we're going to do it the way we want to do it.
Now, Shane, it's your turn. Can you tell us why you decided to start your YouTube channel and the type of content you post?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So I also live with a form of SMA, and together with my wife, Hannah, we decided to make a YouTube channel called Squirmy and Grubs about our relationship. Very often, people have never imagined or seen a relationship like ours, where one member lives with a physical disability and the other member does not. Unfortunately, that very often results in strangers having very flawed understandings of what our relationship must be like. They think that it's bizarre and unrealistic. But if they took the time to get to know us, maybe watch some of our videos, they would see that our love and our relationship is no different than any other. So the content that we make is all in an effort to help normalize disability and help people understand it in a healthier and more positive way.
And Hannah, what do you hope people will take away from Spaces and how people can watch the video?
Yeah, the goal of Spaces is really similar to the goal of our YouTube channel that Shane was just talking about. And that's one of the reasons we were so excited to be a part of this project. We hope that people first and foremost love the song because it's an amazing song and James is an amazing singer. But we also hope that they take away that message that people with disabilities and people with SMA are in all of the spaces that non-disabled people are in. They're doing amazing things and living amazing lives. So we hope people hear that message, and they can go to spacessong.com to watch the music video, hear the song. It's also available on all of the major streaming platforms. So go check it out, and we hope that you love it.
I want to thank you all for joining us today. The video is beautiful. I love the song Spaces. And thank you again for what you're doing and your mission for SMA. Thank you again.
Thank
you.
I want to thank you for joining us today on Kathryn Raaker's World. And we'll be right back after these important messages. Hi, we're back on Kathryn Raaker's World. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought disparities in healthcare to the forefront, especially among people of color or at risk for chronic health conditions, including heart disease and stroke. here to shed light on these iniquities and to explain what we can do to help stop the rise of deaths from cardiovascular disease, or CVD, are Celina Gorre, Chief Executive Officer of WOMENHEART, along with heart attack and stroke survivor Shantaquilette. I want to welcome you to our show today, and I'm so happy that you're here to discuss this very important cardiovascular disease, or CVD. And Celina, we're going to start with you. Why are you seeing a rise in the number of deaths from heart disease and stroke, especially among certain groups?
So cardiovascular disease, or CVD, which does include heart disease and stroke, makes up 1 in 4 deaths in this country, making it the leading cause of death. And in addition, nearly half of adults have some form of CVD, whether they know it or not. And certain communities that are at higher risk. Black Americans are 30% more likely to die from CVD, for example, than other groups. And in addition, some groups also struggle to get good health care, which means that their health is impacted and their outcomes could be worse. And I would say, in addition to diet and exercise and sleep, there are other factors, for example, where you live, whether that's in the city or in a rural area, that may also impact your health.
Shantaquilette, this is for you. You are living with cardiovascular disease, or CVD. Tell us what led to your diagnosis.
Yeah, so I was not someone who saw myself with heart disease. I was very young, 34 years old. In 2012, I was running on the treadmill and started having some heart palpitations. Doctors could not give me a clear answer. 2018, I had my first heart attack. 9 months later, I had a stroke. And I was diagnosed with cardiovascular disease.
Shantaquilette, what do you want others to know from your experience?
Absolutely. So through my experiences, I want my children, not only my children to learn, but Black women, I want them to be very vigilant in their health. It's so important to be proactive. There are some important things that you need to know, especially when it comes to your health. Your family history is first. For instance, I did not know that my parents were affected by cardiovascular disease until after my diagnosis. So just make sure that you are having a healthy lifestyle and that you're doing everything that you need to make sure that you live a productive and healthy lifestyle. And making sure that you trust your doctors, you talk to someone that you can trust, and just make sure that you're doing what you need to do to stay healthy.
Celina, what can people do to take care of their heart health and advocate for themselves and others?
Yeah, so I want to reiterate the point that Shantaquilette made about making your health a priority. I think it's really, especially as we lead into the holidays here, there's going to be so many demands on our time. But I would say health has to be a priority alongside work and family obligations. Making sure that that relationship with that doctor is a really good one. And if you don't have that, make sure that you have your medical records in hand so that you've got your information about you and your medical history. Know your numbers is a really big one. Your blood pressure and your cholesterol will tell you a lot of what you need to know about your heart health. And I would also say that, our organization, WOMENHEART, we're partnering with Novartis on this really cool campaign called thelegacyWeLead.com. If you go to that website and take the pledge, you can learn all this information about how to better take care of your heart. And that's what we're all trying to do here, is help folks take care of their hearts so that we fight this #1 killer of heart disease and stroke in our country.
And I want to thank you both for joining us today on Kathryn Raaker's World.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on Kathryn Raaker's World. We'll see you soon.